Welcome to LingoShift, the podcast for learning Japanese on the go. Today, we're going to learn how to talk about going places with other people, like your friends and family. First, let's learn the word for friend. The word is tomodachi. I will say it first. Tomodachi. Now your turn to say it. Tomodachi. Let's say it one last time together. Tomodachi. Next is the word for family. The word is kazoku. Listen first. Kazoku. Now you say it. Kazoku. And again, kazoku. Now here is a very important grammar point. In a previous lesson, we learned the particle to mean and. But to can also mean with. You use it to show who you are doing an action with. Let's use this in a sentence. The sentence is, 私は友達と学校へ行きます. This means, I go to school with my friend. Now, listen to the sentence one more time. 私は友達と学校へ行きます. Okay, now it's your turn to say the full sentence. 私は友達と学校へ行きます. The opposite of going with someone is going alone. The word for alone, or by oneself, is 一人で. Listen first. 一人でに. Now you say it. 一人でに. And again, 一人でに. Let's practice a sentence. 私は一人でスーパーへ行きます. This means I go to the supermarket alone. Listen again. 私は一人でスーパーへ行きます. Now you say it. 私は一人でスーパーへ行きます. Let's also learn the pronouns for he and she. He is 彼, she is 彼女. These words can also mean boyfriend and girlfriend.
Welcome back. It's time for our mid-lesson quiz.
First quiz question. What is the Japanese word for friend? Take a moment to think. The answer is tomodachi. Second quiz question. How do you say with family? Think about it. The answer is kazoku to. You use the particle to. Excellent. Now let's learn some more time words to talk about when you are going places. The word for this week is konshu. I will say it first. Konoshu. Now, it's your turn. Konoshu. Let's say it one more time. Konoshu. The word for last week is senshu. Listen first. Senshu. Now you say it. Senshu. And again. Senshu. The word for next week is raishu. My turn. Raishu. Now you say it. Raishu. And again, raishu. Remember to use the past tense, mashita, with past time words like senshu. Let's practice with a sentence. 私は先週友達と行きました. This means I went with my friend last week. Listen one more time. 私は先週友達と行きました. Now you say the sentence. 私は先週友達と行きました. Let's quickly learn the words for months. This month is 今月. Last month is 先月.
Now, let's learn our final vocabulary for today, which is about transportation. The word for bicycle is jitensha. Listen first. Jitensha. Now you say it. Jitensha. One last time. Jitensha. Remember that we use the particle de for the method of transportation. So by bicycle is jitensha de. Now for a very important exception. To say you are going on foot or by walking, the word is aruite. Listen first. Aruite. Now you say it. Aruite. And again. Aruite. The important rule is that you do not use the particle de with aruite. You just use the word by itself. Let's practice a sentence. 私は歩いて学校へ行きます. This means I go to school on foot. Listen again. 私は歩いて学校へ行きます. Now you try. 私は歩いて学校へ行きます. Let's do a final recap. We learned people words like tomodachi and kazoku. We learned the particle to can also mean with. We learned time words like konshu and senshu. We learned that you say aruite for on foot, and you do not use the particle de. Now for our final, more difficult quiz. First question. You want to say, I will go to the supermarket with my family next week. How do you say the with my family part? Take a moment to think. The answer is kazoku to. Second question. You want to say, I went to the station on foot yesterday. How would you say that full sentence? Think about it carefully. The answer is, Watashi wa kino aruite eki e ikimashita.
LingoShift.